The hell is he so thirsty for? What's up, guys? Gonna grill some chicken fajitas, or excuse me, steak fajitas today. It's Friday. I feel like doing a whole lot. Just, steak fajitas coming soon. Guys, here we go. So, nothing fancy here, just simple ingredients. Got this thin sliced steak here from the Mexican store next door. Looks good to me, so I just grabbed it. And as of recently, I've been seasoning a lot of the meat on the grill, and to be quite honest, I don't see a major difference in doing it that way. Seems to work just fine. So I'm going to season with some garlic salt. Move this top plate. Garlic salt flavor. Don't want to get it too salty. That's a good way to ruin some good food. And then just Badia fajita seasoning, which is, the name of the channel is Ken's Spicy Beans. So what I use to season my spicy beans is just this same fajita seasoning you see here. Which is not real spicy. It's jalapenos and shit that I put in it that makes it spicy. So I'm going to close the lid and let those three little pieces cook a little bit. While that's happening, I'll show you the pico de gallo that I got. A couple little pieces of lemon or lime to say. Squeezed in there with my onions, tomatoes, and jalapenos. It's a little. They didn't have any cilantro. I already got some of that. I love pico de gallo. It's so good when it's fresh, but damn sure doesn't last long. Speaking of something else that doesn't last long, is these fresh-made flour tortillas from the Mexican store next door. They make these fresh over there, and they taste so much better than store-bought tortillas, but they do not have the shelf life. So we're going to grill some of those up in here just a little bit. Alright, so I'm sure I'm going to have a couple people laugh at me when I admit this, but these little skinny steaks like this, they've always been a little bit of a challenge for me. And I'll tell you why. Because if you undercook them, they taste chewy and they're not fucking good at all. And if you overcook them, like Tito used to do, I ain't gonna call out his last name, but Tito used to make beef jerky. God damn, boy, them fajitas are tough. He gonna learn how to make them now, but back in the day, oh my God. Top of that, way back then, we all had lockjaw, if you know what I mean. We were getting down back then. But yeah, you got to cook them just right, actually. I mean, it's just simple little steaks, but they have to be cooked perfectly. And, I've made them too chewy, and I've made them chewy by mean undercooked, and then I've made them where, you got to have, like, lion jaws to rip them apart, easy to fuck them up. So, I got confidence in this one, though. Alright, I think we might be good right about there. Not quite beef jerky, and definitely cooked through. However, these little things sure don't take much. You can cut them up with a knife, or I'd normally just rip them apart when they cool down, at least. Got another bottle of fajita seasoning in there. If this runs out, looks like it's just about to. See if I can get these to rip apart or if they're too hot. They're a little hot, but normally I just grab them and tear them. I mean, you don't really need to cut them. This may be to be continued because this shit's a little hot. Ow, hot. Okay, do that later. Alright, so it's starting to puddle up there. A little bit of juice is coming out of it, so it's probably a good time to give them a flip. Oh yeah, might just let that cook with the grate open for a moment. I just realized this package is not resealable. Alright, there's some Fajita tortillas on there. Yeah, baby. Woohoo! Not going to toast them all, probably just 4. Let that do its thing right there. Do that thing. These tortillas are so good. To me, one of the most important and most underrated ingredients of a taco, fajita, whatever you want to call it, is the tortilla. The tortilla to me makes the whole taco. Because if that tortilla is good, oh man, it's gonna make everything better. It don't matter how good your ingredients are on the inside. If that tortilla is dry and just ain't got no flavor, the whole thing is just gonna be, you know, pretty nasty. So I done went ahead and ripped those up. So that's about what these are gonna look like. Not a whole lot of fat content in this thin old steak. It's good though. I tried a couple pieces and I found myself just kept on chewing on them. I had to stop myself, so they're pretty good. Alright, don't take long. They've already started toasting. I'm going to have to turn them over. Let them sit long on that side. I think those are probably about done. Things like this is what I wish I had a propane grill for, because, you know, them coals are going to burn for a good little while. And they're, for the most part, just wasted. They're going to sit there and be hot and, you know, have a lot of cooking potential, but it's not going to amount to anything. Just going to sit there and keep on burning. Not doing a goddamn thing. Again, I'm going to let those cool before I rip them apart. But here I got a taco ready and set up. I'm going to give it a taste. Now normally I'd have Valentina on this, a little bit of hot sauce, but I don't feel like going to get it, so. The fresh tortillas and the fresh pico de gallo, without that, the meat just, I mean, the meat's good. But the fresh tortilla and the fresh pico de gallo is a must-have. Alright guys, till next time.